All right, guys. You know what? You know the drill. It's another season of Destiny. Season of the Witch was revealed. The showcases happened and come and gone, and we've seen everything we're seeing for Lightfall. Uh, Interesting stuff. I know it's been a while, and I know I was planning on making a couple videos talking about the drama surrounding, uh, the Destiny 2 showcase, the state of the game, all the stuff that's happened between then and now. I wanted to jump in and more or less kind of cover that stuff as well. But in the back of my mind, I always was like, all right, you know what? Let's wait and see what they show off at the showcase. Maybe they'll add some extra context that we desperately need. Joe Blackburn, the game developer or the game director for Destiny, finally did come out and provide some updates to that. So we will talk about all that stuff, everything that's happened between then and now, any interesting developments that I've been keeping tabs on, and we'll get towards that towards the end of week one. There'll be a nice section for that talking points. But for now, let's just jump into the season and see where we're going. We're going to be playing on our Hunter, Warlock, or Titan. I am going to say let's do this on our... I want to do Titan or Warlock because I did Hunter last season. I think we're going to do Warlock or Hunter. Warlock or Titan. Let's do the Titan. I think we can hang with for the Titan for a little bit. Maybe we'll swap back and forth between different characters as well.
Listen up, glitter bums. This is First Ghost and Maru talking. You're still trying to get through the witness's portal, huh? That ain't a door you can just kick open. You even asked some leftover worm for answers. Too bad she led you right to us. Now you need help from the one witch nobody can trust. My boss, Savathun. Even though she's temporarily dead, she left instructions for this very situation. As usual, you maggots are 3 steps behind. Savathun will help you on one condition. First, deal with her sister, Zivur Wrath. She's the Hive God of War and the Witness's best general. It's a win-win, see? Don't look so sour. You've already got everything you need. I suggest you start with a witch of your own.
Hey guys, this is Future Aries. This is going to be seamless on your guys' end, but this is several hours after the initial recording session. I was trying to play on my Titan, but I eventually had to switch to my Hunter because on my Titan it was so buggy and the servers were so unstable, we missed a lot of crucial cutscenes and gameplay dialogue, so I'm kind of hoping that on my Hunter...
Guardian, the
things have
witness
stabilized.
poses a dire threat, and the Witch Queen holds the answers we seek. But only if we contend with her sister. Amaru has promised us a method for defeating Zivur, arranged by Savathun before her death. There is a spire atop her throne world's sanctum, a place of dire experiments where she abused the light. With this knowledge, Amaru and I have devised a powerful artifact infused with Hive magic. It will allow you to dispel the Witch Queen's trickery and master the Spire through a ritual of our own.
So the short answer is that we have the Spire in question is a place of Hive magic, a powerful Hive ritual site that we can use to help us with Amaru, or help us break a deal with Amaru. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying before. Unfortunately, all of the Titan footage was kind of not worth using just because of how buggy the game was. I'm hoping that the servers have stabilized.
The Witch Queen lays her snares for us. Be careful, Guardian.
This is a real privilege, so act like it. Savathun doesn't open a spire to just anyone.
If such a place exists.
Why lie when the truth is so much more dangerous?
You are not the Witch Queen.
And the Guardian is far more dangerous.
Please. Xivu Arath is too much for you to handle. You need our help.
Imaru, tell your loosened hive to stand down.
Savathun's orders are for them to guard the Spire. I'm sure your little glowworms can handle it.
Yeah, so Imaru is willing to help us deal with resurrecting Xivu Arath, and I was wondering, or well, I was dreading that the entire season would revolve around gathering materials to prepare a ritual for resurrecting Savathun. I'm glad that is not the case. It seems that Imaru will resurrect Savathun and just flat out help us, if and only if we help deal with Xivu Arath. There is a plan here on how to deal with it. It's a very interesting plan. I never would have guessed on this plan initially. It is exciting to be at least wrong sometimes. But it's a very interesting plan. We'll talk about it once they unveil what it is.
I don't like this. Resurrecting Savathun, using her magic. This is exactly what we wanted to avoid.
The Witch Queen knew she could entice us with a common goal. Removing the threat of Xivu Arath.
Yeah. And she knew the Vanguard had a little hive acolyte of their own. That's why she's opening up her Spire. She thinks you've got what it takes.
Void crystals bend reality through tightly channeled power. Shatter them to break their control.
So we gotta try to beat Xivu
staff to
Arath.
cast a little spell of your own.
Invoke Hive Magics. Hive Magic, yes. We go up.
Spire's just up ahead. Don't need more than some lightless lackey's fancy eyes to see it.
This is where the Witch Queen fell, and you fled for your life. Remember that.
We should focus.
That was a fluke. Your guardians got lucky.
Really? How many of your apostate ghosts have seen the Guardian's mercy?
I didn't make it all the way.
Don't you
There we go.
threaten me.
I am not threatening you. I am telling you what the Guardian will do.
Am I wearing... Yeah, I was gonna say, am I wearing Orpheus Rig? I am. Okay, good. I love that it's taking place here again.
So where is this Spire?
You'll see. Start the ritual to bring down Savathun's illusion.
And unfortunately, he could call them off, he just chooses not to. I like how some of the new mechanics as well are different, where it's like, it's not just picking up the battery and taking it somewhere. It's actually like, picking up the battery is going to hurt you, so you gotta be quick about it. Come on. No, I missed the shot. Oh, that's a Hive Guardian. Whoops. me invisible.
Conduct the arc charge between the crystals.
Punch the arc crystal and punch the other crystal. Punch the last crystal. Come on, baby. There we go. Glad bait and switch lasts for a really long time before you get to proc it.
Guardian, channel your magic with the witch's staff.
Yeah, reveal the Spire to me, buddy. That middle island is where we defeated Savathun, but the Spire in question was also there, too, on top of it.
You now wield hive magic, and have entwined it with your light.
Whatever you face next, we'll test that power to its limits.
You think your guardians are up to scratch?
What will we find inside the Spire?
A way to take down her sister. That's all she told me. And that's all I'm telling you.
And she'll uphold her bargain? Give us the information we need.
I'll bring her back as soon as Evu's taken care of. Then you can ask her yourself.
Guardian, traverse the Spire. We shall see what morsel of truth awaits us.
Breach the Spire. And that's the mission. Alright, so from here, the next mission milestone is Toil and Trouble, complete the Savathun Spire, claim the secrets hidden by the illusions. Savathun Spire can be found in the Helm directory. Alright, so we go to the Helm, and then we go here. The last time we tried doing this, the game was super buggy. It just kept taking us to a black screen, so I'm going to kind of proc it myself versus waiting for the game to shove me into it. So far, so good. No, nothing quite out of the ordinary so far. Let's run Strand for this part. We don't use this SMG all that often. We should try to use it some more. Strand Sword. Let's throw on some of our Strand items. Right. Actually, let's put on 6 Coyote. There should be a new Strand subclass perk, right? Whirling Maelstrom. Oh yeah, we'll have to go back to Neomuna for that.
There is nascent light to be found here. We must stoke it and harness its power.
Be prepared for anything.
those crystals.
Alright, we gotta punch stuff. Dodge. Now we can do our power melee with our strand build even properly this time. Wonder if I can swing it at it with the sword. No, I cannot. It's gotta be a normal melee.
It looks like the way up is cleared. Be careful.
I don't know why, but my strand super and my strand abilities have are a duller shade of green. I wonder if it's a filter over this environment.
Guardians, I'm sure Imaru has given you a warm welcome on my behalf.
Requires void attunement.
Savathun's dire machinations echo through these halls. She whispers from the past, anticipating each outcome.
She left you some recordings. It ain't that deep.
I love how Imaru is just like, what the hell are you talking about? It's just a recording, relax. And it coming from him is so good. He's like, it's not that deep, alright? It's just a recording.
You've accepted my proposal. We have mutual interests after all, despite our bad blood. You might not believe me, but I love my sister. But to us Hive, love is death. No one knows more about killing her than I do.
Requires arc attunement. I wonder if like these attunements for these cards to pick up are like, you should be running an arc or void subclass to pick up some of these cards.
Unchecked solar light. Savathun's experimentation. Contain its power, Guardian.
The solar crystals must be contained.
There we go. We almost died doing that. At least we didn't. Scorching me. It's going to ignite me soon if I don't get there in time.
The Spire is alive with light. We have redirected the Witch Queen's spells and empowered it to some end.
ATV?
I am not certain. Hive runes manifest here. Discern their pattern and traverse the Witch Queen's labyrinth.
Giant cathedral spire.
Zebra can't be confronted. That's what she wants, and she always gets exactly what she wants. So spoiled, so loved. You'll have to find another way. Only her equal could ever have a hope of overcoming the threat of my sister's war march. Only a hive.
So, it rests with me. Eris?
So their plan is that the only way to beat Xivu of Wrath is with another hive. I'm dead, so you can't use me. Oryx is dead, you can't use him. None of our children are left.
My sister depends on the foundations of her cold logic. If you want to remove her from the board, you'll need to test her thesis. There's power for the taking, Eris. And for that, you'll have to prove your right to exist.
Savathun speaks of the sword logic. No, we can't play the Hive God's games. And yet we must.
So they're saying basically the plan here is that we need to starve Xivu of Wrath. She's far too strong to try to take on head on, because the more we fight her, the stronger she gets. So we gotta beat her in a different way, and the best way to do that, they kind of tried doing it in Season of the Seraph, where they tried to like just stop fighting, although not fighting is not exactly an option either. The best way to beat her is to actually force her tithe, her sacrifices, to go somewhere else.
Go get him!
And according to them, the best way for that is to have the tithe go to a different hive god. But obviously there are none left. So what do? Well, we'll find out here in a second. Assuming the cutscene plays this time. Ow. Wow, I died from a burn. I'm not sure where the burn even came from. Alright, I respawn. There we go.
What did we do?
We have reconfigured the inner workings of the Spire and opened the path to its fetid
There we go.
hypogeum.
The Eremite.
Not how I
Fusion
would have
ray.
put it, but that's right.
Yeah,
There is dire magic here, and I am its conduit. We may use this power to our own ends.
Eris, you can't. This is dangerous.
Meet with me, Guardian. I will prepare the ritual.
So they want us to meet with her. I don't know where we're meeting with her at. Let's see what the dialogue happens. Investigate the portal in the southern wing of the helm. Eris constructed a portal to Savathun's stone world in the helm. She awaits you on the Anthium on the other side. Okay, so we're gonna go straight to the helm, and hopefully nothing bugs out this time. We'll probably splice in the footage for us exploring the Eververse store. I'm not too sure if we're going to go through that. The new weapons are pretty funny to use. The new armor looks pretty cool. Like the base seasonal armor is actually not too bad. It can function as its own like hive-themed armor set, which I appreciate a lot. There we go. Now the cutscene played. Thank you, Bungie.
Xivu Arath draws strength from our conflict. She believes her logic absolute. I will grasp it and contravene its power. There is no other way.
Will you come back from this?
Does it matter if I do? What I am has served me, and has served humanity. Aka, Zeta, Sel.
This is what Savathun wants.
We serve our interests, not Savathun's.
She's outmaneuvered you again. You need me.
We need your silence. Do not be afraid. Bear witness to my sublimation. I separate the true from the dead. I am the many-mouthed hunger. I am the knife-edged truth. I devour the free. I conspire with my vengeance. I will take what I need. The words in my throat are the weapon in my fist. Hayat! Hayat! Hayat!
Oh, she took that off. Ow.
I am the many-mouthed hunger. I am the knife-edged truth.
Sweet Jesus.
Bring me your tithes.
I don't know. So she's basically turned herself into a hive god. That is the best way to beat Xivu Arath. Starve her of her tributes by sending those tributes to another potentially equally powerful hive god, which Eris has weirdly transformed herself into. I don't know if that means I don't know what she's the hive god of. She kept saying truth and vengeance, so maybe the hive god of truth? To counteract Savathun's thing of the hive god of lies. But we'll see. It's a very interesting concept. Just become a hive, and the more tithe we send to her, the greater her strength will be to take on Xivu Arath. And like in a battle of like hive magic, more or less.
Guardian, though my form twists in this rune-bound circle, I remain Erismorn, given not to the deep, but to vengeance.
The hive god of vengeance.
Hive have taken much from me. By naming the worms, I have taken from them, and I must take from you. The splinter of hive worm rests in your staff. It is enough to bind us and mark you as my acolyte. By the sword logic of the Hive, your conquests strengthen me. You must tithe mightily if I am to become strong enough to defeat Xivu Arath. She draws power from all conflict. She is the Blade Breaker, war, drinker, conqueror, immortal. I ought drown her in blood. Add your voice to the chorus of violence. Let us show her what it is to be Hive.
Though my form twists in this rune-bound circle, I remain Eris Morn. Eris gestures a clawed hand towards the staff you used to begin the Hive ritual. A splinter of a Hive worm rests in your staff. It is enough to bind us and mark you as my acolyte. Let us show her. So, more or less, she's trying to be a Hive god in her own way. She is what she says, maybe the Hive god of vengeance, which is a very cool title. Eris Morn, Hive god of vengeance. Not bad. She's gonna be a Hive for her own purposes and her own, sort of philosophy. Ultimately, everyone is worried that this is gonna corrupt her to the point where she's eventually going to turn against us, and that the Dark Future lore book of Savathun not being the big bad of the future where Elsie Bray comes from, it's actually Eris Morn, where she became like the Hive god who rallied the darkness armies against us. What the hell is that? Ew. I am not surprised that this has ultimately led to this point in time for the timeline. So this is we're veering dangerously close to the dark timeline where we ultimately lose. So we need to explore this lectern of divination. It's deck building, more or less. Deck building in the sense where we add major arcana cards to a deck we have, and they're used for helping us with the altars of summoning. These deck cards can be used to modify the gameplay and give us powerful buffs. Interestingly enough, we already had a couple cards to begin with. Opaque card, I don't know what it does. Rapidly defeating a combatant has a chance to drop heavy ammo, so there's just a lot of stuff here that we can work with. Just crazy deck building. The Blade, discover the truth about the Witch Queen's dangerous bargain. Mission Invoke. Toil and trouble. Scattered journals, you recognize the staff buried among them. Yes. Witch's weapons, pick that up. Ooh, we got a power weapon that's deep-sighted. Witch's key for opening, automatically redeemed when opening chests in Savathun Spire or the altars of summoning, unlocking bonus rewards. We have 3 engrams. I think we'll hold on to them for now. Let's check the hunter armor. Let's see what this looks like. Veiled Tithe Mask. It kind of looks like an acolyte, actually. Very cool. Veiled Tithe grips. I was gonna say, is it uniform? It kind of is, actually. These are some uniform grips, finally, for the hunter. I think we've seen the chest piece before, which is nice. That's not too bad. And then Veiled Tithe Strides. Wow, they really gave us a uniform armor for a hunter set. Nice. Yeah, it's not too bad. We kind of look like a Lucent Hive. And this cloak has a little bit of a crown aesthetic to it, which I appreciate. I like crown aesthetics. Elatic Principle has eddy current and target lock. It is a rapid fire frame, and the new trait, origin trait, is head rush. Standing up after crouching for a short time grants this weapon a brief period of increased handling and reload speed. So it basically makes you want to crouch everywhere. So I thought that was interesting, at least. Let's just unlock the deep sight. This one is not a great pick for this. I mean, we have Retrofit Escapade, and we still have Commemoration. Commemoration is going to be really hard to beat for my power, what's it called? Machine gun slot. What is this, though? Recovered Red Weapon Wars. An engram containing weapons recovered from the Red War. I don't know what that means. What weapon recovered from the Red War? I can't even inspect the engram to see what it could be. Interesting. Let's just acquire it and see what it is. Oh, deadpan delivery. Oh, it's one of those old school shotguns. Okay, I mean that's cool. I think from here we will splice in our footage from our Titan gameplay, and we'll show off the new Eververse weapons and armor that we looked into, just so I don't have to repeat that once again. And then after we're done, we'll try the new story mission. So we're probably going to cut from this footage to the Titan footage, so if you guys don't care about that, just skip to the time code that'll eventually show up on screen. And we'll get back to the story missions when we actually, you know, have something to talk about. But otherwise, enjoy that footage from the Titan gameplay. Alright guys, by now that footage should be wrapped up more or less, and we're going to get back to the gameplay right now. We're going to be using Strand still for a little bit longer, but we're also going to use the Season Pass weapon we kind of hovered over when we were looking at the Season Pass rewards. This X Diris. It's basically just a boom shot that the Knights use, the Hive Knights use. It's very cool. It's a one-shot grenade launcher, but it instantly reloads from the reserves, so there's no reload animation to speak of. It's pretty cool, actually. I like this a lot. It's kind of like Salvage or Salvo in the sense that it shoots pretty good. The rate of fire is not bad either, and I hope that the velocity with the catalyst just gets at least increased ever so slightly, or maybe if there adds a little bit of tracking with the boom shot. I'm not too sure. Before we go any further, I'm going to want to check out the storefront for the Hunter really quickly. I know we just looked at a lot of storefront issues, but I do just want to see a little bit of what's in here for the Hunters. Okay, so we have an ornament for Caliban's hand. We have like knives up the grips, up the sleeves. That's not cool. I mean, that's not lame. I mean, that's pretty cool. If you want to have like a much sleeker, slicker Caliban's hand ornament, that's not too bad. And this one is for the Europan Scout visor. It's a better version for the Strand helmet, yeah. For Catharact's facade, I'm not gonna lie, the original one is ugly as hell, and the newer one at least cleans it up ever so slightly. Okay, alright, let's go to, I think, yes, Mission Invoke. So let's see what this quest is going to be all about for the Hunters. Or for my character, at least.
Guardian, Eris has detected a gravitic anomaly beneath the Spire. She thinks it's a ritual chamber.
We call that the Arcane Oubliette. Savathun stores all kinds of drooling goons in there. Warm bodies for her magical experiments. If you want to feed blood and guts to your discount hive god, that's the place to do it.
Yeah, even he's willing to admit that, yeah, Eris Morn is basically a discount hive god. Let's not pretend she's not that, anything but that.
Panic throws echo upward from the well of power and death. I sense the oubliette beneath you, Guardian. Assemble in the ritual space, and we shall harvest the fruit of Savathun's foul experiments as our own.
After I resurrected Savathun, she was dying to learn about her new light. But she needed test subjects to experiment on. Same way you use the poor slobs in Gambit for target practice. Listen to this.
I named this chamber the Oubliette, after a human invention. A prison where the only exit is the ceiling, just out of reach. A place for people to be thrown in and forgotten, until the time is right. This is where I'll keep in touch with all my bygone subjects, both as a queen and researcher.
Now that Eris Morn has this weird sort of synth or reverberation on her voice, I can tell that the voice actress that plays Eris Morn also plays Xivu Arath. It's very fitting, actually. I just saw stuff sink into the swamp. What the hell are those things? They're like giant floating heads. What the hell? What is happening? Complete the summoning. Use your spellcraft to complete the ritual. Maybe stand underneath this? Yeah, begin ritual induction. I wasn't paying attention to the emblem. I hope that's not going to be important. Speak with Eris.
Do you feel it? The latent power of the Witch Queen's spellcraft. Finalize the ritual to complete the summoning.
Alknar, retainer of Savathun. Let's see what this does. Not bad. It's very cool, actually. Oh, I picked up a tribute. Oh god, is this Gambit? What is this? Reveal. Harvest and deposit. We got another tribute. So you have 3. Let's use our super. Helps us stay off the ground. Love having this high boomer shot now. There we go. Just sucking up absorb all the power from this area.
Your tides flow through me like a surge of hot blood.
Where are these subjects being summoned from?
Some kind of suspended animation? Maybe they're teleported from somewhere right into your gun sights. But what do you care? They're all just dead meat to you.
Even he knows, like, why, do you even care? Do you really care where she's pulling these people from? They're just people she's had in suspended animation. She does experiments on them, see what it does, notates it, and then just throws them back into, like, into the tomb we had him in. Like, don't worry about it. She, like, shows up like a hive now, too.
Your arcane skill conjures forth horrors once cloistered, awaiting brutal deliverance. And so they shall receive it.
A Vex Mine awakens? Oh, she was experimenting on Vex too? I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. Prevent Vex sacrifices. Looks like this one is starting to go up now too. Ternary mines? Okay. I think I'm starting to get what we're supposed to do here. There we go.
I feel in your tides the fear and anguish of our foes. Exalt in your retribution.
You know why the boss is so much better at magic than you? It's because she's not afraid to make the tough choices. Listen.
I'd like to share my experiments with the Guardians one day, just as we share the light. But I know they won't approve of my methods. They love omelets, but hate breaking eggs. Maybe participating in my rituals will expand their provincial sense of morality.
Huh. Interesting concept, or interesting point of view. speak with Erismorn.
Your arcane skill expands with each ritual you complete. Our powers will grow in tandem until we are ready to challenge the god of war herself.
Hazar, retainer of Savathun. I feel like this is ultimately going to end us with having to put down Eris. I don't... As much as I would like to think that she can withstand the corruption, I feel like she'll just keep it because we need this extra power now. I spoke it earlier at the end of Season of the Deep, how we needed paracausal power in order to beat the Witness, and I think Eris is could be a good substitute for a Hive God if we get her strong enough. Having her at our side would be a really big boon, for sure. Oh, is it saying, can this kill me? Oh yeah, it can kill me. Dang it! Why did I experiment with that here? I was just curious, like, can this kill me? It's like, I don't think this can kill me. Oh, it can. Dang it. I did not think it would kill me. Darn it. Can I, No, I was gonna say, can I, can I link onto the grenade? I don't think so. Alright, we'll try this again.
Your arcane skill expands with each ritual you complete. Our powers will grow in tandem until we are ready to challenge the god of war herself.
Not sure what shooting that crystal did, but... There we go. Suck up that last little bit of soul, Eris.
In the name of retribution for the lost, Bel, Ariana, Oma, Sai, and Tolan, tithe unto me, Acolyte. Ayat.
Guardian, the value of the magic you've unearthed here is undeniable. But watching you and Eris revel in violence, tithing with hive rituals, it was disturbing.
Like it or not, your witch is gonna need a lot more ties before she's powerful enough to challenge Xivu. So, go ahead, sport. Make a mess. Enjoy yourself. Welcome to the Hive.
Welcome to the Hive. Not bad. Alright, I mean, yeah, I mean, so the best way to, like, we could just kill a buttload of enemies, or we can kill these uber-powerful enemies that Savathun's been working on in the, in her, basically her menagerie. So, yeah, makes sense. This is the best way to do this. Just keep killing them, and just keep taking down what shows up. Pulse monitor cornered. Don't really need anything that shows up so far. Besides the weapons from the season, is there anything else we can craft? Kept confidences. DMT, obviously. And I'm assuming the weapons that'll be coming back in Crota's End. What's up, brother?
Any news from the front?
A lot, actually. Holo projector. Who are we talking to? Zavala? Or Ikora again?
It's hard not to feel that this is my responsibility.
Oh, you pushed her down this
While
path.
we in the tower gathered intel and debated over what action to take next, Eris threw herself into a dangerous ritual of her own devising. She was audacious. And she was right. We had to accept Savathun's bargain. We must pursue the witness at any cost. But I didn't imagine we would risk Eris in the exchange. She remains herself. I recognize Eris when I look into her eyes. She wears her new form like a suit of armor, but she speaks of whispers calling to her from the deep, and I have no assurance she can resist them forever. You must embrace the Hive rituals as she did. Offer your tithes so that she may gain the power she desires, and quickly. Commit yourself to her guardian. I believe it is in everyone's best interest to keep her metamorphosis as brief as possible.
Yes and no. I mean, we always knew this was going to happen to her. It was just a matter of time when she was bound with those hive eyes in her face. She would be corrupted eventually. Admits she feels responsible for Eris' risky transformation. Ikora reiterates following the witness is worth any cost, but she says she has her reservations. Didn't imagine we would risk Eris in the exchange. I believe it is in everyone's best interest to keep Eris' metamorphosis as brief as possible. Yeah, no duh, because we don't want the dark future timeline to actually be a thing that happens. Listen to the radio message. Who are we speaking with? Is it going to be Eris with Drifter? Them talking together?
Hive magic reveals itself in precise shapes. They follow the same lines and the same means. And yet our rituals still hold many secrets. Cards have scattered in the wake of your oblations. Our bond made manifest. I call them the Deck of Whispers. And they do whisper. Each of their ideograms appears to carry the weight of symbolism. Do not fault them for the forms they take. They are reflections of the real, and as opaque as the natures of their referent. We will interpret their configurations, divine their use. They may hold many meanings, alone and in conversation. As with all hive magic, they ask us to separate the true from the dead. We will do so.
Just further insight on the Deck of Whispers, or on the deck of cards we use to summon hive magic. It's the easiest way for us to actually... This is her... I wonder if this is her logo as a hive god. Huh. It's the easiest way to conjure and use hive magic when we can when we can simplify it into something as basic as a deck of cards. So, yeah, I mean, that's the weekly mission. I mean, the weekly story so far. It is very compelling, I'm not gonna lie. The whole, helping Eris mourn with this. We'll contact you when she needs further need of your ties. Until then, continue binding your power and unraveling the secrets of the Hive. Erisborn is using the power tithed by the Guardians to find a way to defeat Xivu Arath and fulfill Savathun's bargain. Deepen your understanding of the Hive by searching for cards from the deck of Whispers. Complete week 1. Yep, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's it. It's a lot of just grinding now. Just keep grinding, keep trying to add more cards to your deck. Where do you go for this deck building, I wonder? I'll have to check, because I'm not sure where the cards are coming from, or how to use the cards in question. Or if we're already using them that I don't know about. But yeah, that's the weekly story mission, and that's everything that's new from the season. I'm sure we didn't cover everything, just some of the most important stuff. I'm glad that the story is seemingly more compelling. Season of the Deep kinda was... I mean, it was alright. The dungeon was definitely the best part of the Season of the Deep. And being able to...
Good to be working together.
The story in Season of the Deep was just okay. I mean, we got a lot of good character development between a lot of the Titans of the Vanguard, but the story overall, it seemed like we were just wasting a lot of time trying to get a simple answer from the stupid worm. You need Savathun's help. That was the gist of it. And yes, we got the backstory for the Witness, but not nearly as important in that season. It should have just been in the Lightfall campaign, but it is what it is. And Season of Defiance, not even worth talking about. This season is definitely seeming to be hitting on a higher note. I wouldn't be surprised if Ghosts of the Deep was supposed to take place in this season, since this is all Hive themed, dealing with the Lucent Hive as well showing up in this season. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lucent Hive were also... I mean, if Ghosts of the Deep was meant to be in this season as well. Seems like they put a lot more work into this season with all the spooky vibes and stuff like that. Alright. But that's going to be the end of this weekly story mission, guys. I think from here we're going to talk about everything that's happening with the Destiny community as a whole. Although I think that's going to be its own separate video that I don't necessarily want to go into depth with right now. I'm going to say we're going to, we're going to speak at length, but I don't think it's going to be worth talking about in the week 1 video. I think it's going to be its own separate video, talking about the showcase, talking about, the future of Destiny, talking about what the community wants, the community needs, and what the community might be getting from Bungie, and we'll have to, delve deeper into that. In a different video. I don't necessarily think it's appropriate in just the weekly story missions. But, yeah, if you guys like more Destiny content, let me know down below. Be sure to subscribe. We're probably still chugging away with Dark Descent by the time this video comes out. And Diablo is probably wrapped up by now when this video comes out as well. Other games are on the horizon. When we get closer to those games' releases, I think I'll let people know what we're going to be recording for. But, yeah, guys, we will see you guys next time.